Global supply chain risks are spurring inflation across the world, with companies getting more expensive bills for their raw materials and components. And such an impact could be bigger for South Korean manufacturers, as many of them rely on imports. Kim Sang-min with the details.
Global supply chain disruption has been accelerating inflation across the world. South Korean manufacturers are among those who have taken the hit, as many of them rely on imports. The Korea Economic Research Institute asked 100 firms out of the top 500, and they said the cost of raw materials this year increased by some 18% from a year ago. By sector, steel saw the biggest surge, jumping almost 30%. This comes as countries like the US, Russia, and China have been enforcing tariffs on their exports of scrap iron, which was once cheap and readily available. Such price hikes in raw materials could be passed on to consumers, as firms are likely to jack up their prices. 34% of the firms said they are already dealing with the issue by raising their product prices by an average of 14%. Experts say that in order to weather the storm of global supply chain disruption, South Korea, which lacks raw materials, has to diversify import channels as well as joining economic blocs.
There are multiple economic blocks based on resources and themes like those specifically for steel and the environment. We have to find them and join each of them to secure alternative stable sources of supplies that we can rely on in case of emergencies like now.
Amid mounting concerns, the IMF has also warned that inflation could hang around longer in some countries if the disruption to the global supply chain lingers. The agency warned central banks on Thursday to remain vigilant over inflationary pressures, adding that it's working through scenarios on monetary policies and the potential impact on the global economy. Kim Sung-min, Arirang News.